Is the royal family racist? Yes. Alright, I'll expand a bit. First, we need to go over some key points and frames of reference. So this has been a hot topic since Harry and Meghan sat down for an interview with Oprah. Oprah? No, it's definitely it's definitely Oprah. To clear the air with some things that have been reported about Meghan in the British tabloids. What things have been reported in the British tabloids about Meghan Markle? You ask. Strap yourself in, because this roller coaster is unfinished and you're about to fly off the edge. Actually, I probably wouldn't worry about strapping yourself in if that's the case, really. It became very clear very early on that the British tabloid newspapers were not a big fan of Meghan Markle. I went to the Sun's website and searched for Meghan Markle in the little search bar, and 901 pages came up that had her name in it. That is almost 10,000 articles. That's 10 articles every single day for 3 years. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of those articles were just drawings of Meghan Markle with mean words scribbled on it. It was raised in the Oprah interview, but I need you to understand how ridiculous the discrepancy in the reporting between Kate Middleton, Prince William's wife, and Meghan Markle was. They reported on Kate Middleton eating avocado toast. Top quality journalism. Like, look at her, being so good. And when Meghan did it, ate some avocado toast, they wrote it like she'd travelled to Mexico with nothing but a gun and a head full of rage and left a trail of bodies and widows on her way to the toast. That, coupled with every single picture of Harry that they've chosen, when he just so happens to look like he's just stumbled out of a pub at 3 a.m, ready to punch every woman. Basically, the tabloids are all awful. Very quick recap, because this would be an entirely other video if I spoke about the tabloid press. Let me know if you want that. There are 2 types of newspaper in the UK. Tabloid and broadsheet. The broadsheets cover stuff like economy, business stuff, economics, that sort of jazz. Do you like jazz? Tabloids cover such useful things as how much cocaine did they have in their system when they crashed into a wall, or dressing up like an Arab dignity and buying drugs from celebrities, then reporting them to the police for being drug dealers. That sort of stuff. There was a tabloid newspaper called News of the World that decided it would be a great idea to hack the phone voicemails of dead service people that died in Afghanistan so they could get them top quality scoops. They thought it would be an even better idea to hack the voicemail of then missing teenager Millie Dowler to see what was on her voicemail. Any of those juicy scoops. She later turned up. Dead. Wholesome family journalism interfering with a murder investigation. Yay. There was a big inquiry called the Leveson Inquiry, and a whole bunch of celebrities testified and basically said, yeah, they also hacked my voicemail. Yeah, I'm kind of mad about it. Here's the proof. The UK decided it would be best to yeet the News of the World into the Sun. Quite literally, because The Sun is another tabloid newspaper owned by the same guy who owned the News of the World. And it kind of prints the same stuff, just a slightly different flavour of garbage. Wow, that's a great story, Danny. You're so handsome and such a talented storyteller. But how does the royal family fit into all of this? Thanks, adoring fan. A big talking point of this interview was how the palace, or the firm as it kept getting referred to, didn't hold up their promise to keep Meghan Markle safe from constant tabloid scrutiny. To look at it fairly objectively, she was invited into their house. Then they took all her stuff away. Passport, open internet access, gone. They stopped her from seeing any media, and they told her they would protect her from the press. Then they stood by and watched as the tabloids tore her to shreds. They did nothing. That's what's happened. There are 2 sides to this. On one side is the tabloid press and the royal family, and on the other side is Harry and Meghan. The first side has a horrible past of exploiting the public with lies and generating awful content for clickbaits and views and being generally a bit morally reprehensible. There is seriously so much I haven't covered about the tabloid press. They're so off. They're so awful. As well as the royal family, if you go back a couple of years, I don't know, invented colonialism, and have a vested interest in keeping their image squeaky clean, so the people don't kind of question why they're there. The other side is an actor from Suits. And a guy whose mother was pretty unquestionably killed by the tabloid press, and who learned at a very young age that the press would rather take a picture of a dying princess than try and help in any way. That dying princess being his mother, Princess Diana. Those are the two sides. To me, it doesn't take a genius to work out that Harry and Meghan have probably got their heads screwed on tight, and leaving the country is probably best for them. But this video is talking about whether the royal family are racist. Now, I am just some dumb white guy. You don't really need my hot take on what is considered racism. That ain't helping anyone, but there are certain facts that you can't really ignore when looking at it. The royal family absolutely loved a little bit of colonialism. I'm not going to explain what colonialism is in this video because any length of time I spend on it wouldn't be enough to cover everything. But let me tell you, it was great if you were a white dude. If you were anyone else, oh boy, it wasn't very cash money of them. Basically, the UK broke the whole world for a bit, stole everything and killed everyone. Danny, what does that matter? That was so long ago. Yeah, it was, and it wouldn't matter at all if they hadn't specifically mentioned that an unnamed royal raised concerns over the skin colour of the baby. Which is awful. There is a member of the royal family that no one's been bothered to give a name to. How do they get their attention? If this ain't a big ol' red flag. They can't have become that progressive since the end of colonialism, the start of decolonisation, which by the way was the 60s, the 1960s. Look, am I saying that the royal family and the British tabloid press have a deal to make Meghan Markle not want to stay in the country? No, I don't have any evidence to support that. Do I think that that is the case? Yeah. How can you not? How do you not think that? Local plank of wood and melted Jeremy Clarkson cosplayer Piers Morgan stormed off the show he presented, Good Morning Britain, and quit after he made some comments about Meghan Markle that he didn't believe when she said that she was feeling a bit non-lifey. It caused quite the stir. I imagine he probably did it to get in the news headlines with all of this and Katie Hopkins himself to victory. I don't really understand why people do stuff like this. I imagine there's probably money in it. Man, if only Piers Morgan had any ties to tabloid newspapers that would tie all this together. Oh yeah, remember that newspaper from earlier, News of the World? Piers Morgan was the editor of that, and he did some of the phone hacking stuff as well. What a strange coincidence. As I always say when I'm on a date when I've spoken 5 hours straight about my ASMR channel to a crying woman, enough about me. Let's check the internet. As we all know, Facebook comments are the most accurate representation of everyone. We also know that people who read The Sun are from a wide political spectrum. You got people on the far right and people on the slightly less far right. That's everyone. So where best to gain an unbiased source of this from the comment section of The Sun's Facebook. I thought about blanking out people's names, but these comments were taken completely in the context of how they've said it. It's on a public Facebook, anyone can access it. But that being said, please don't message these people. You guys are great. I know you won't anyway, but just saying, we're wholesome here. Don't do that. This is an article about Meghan wanting to do the not alive. Michelle chimes in with, I'm sorry, but if I knew that my friend was struggling with mental health issues, I would have found her a way to get the supported she needed. Her friends are clear on the fact that they spoke to her during these times, so why did they leave her to suffer in so-called silence? And why did Harry not do everything in his power to support her then? I do not doubt that she had issues, but she went around solving them in the wrong way. And did her issues all of a sudden disappear when she left the UK? It's pretty clear from the get-go that Michelle is slightly overestimating her ability to bypass all the protocols that keep the royal family safe, and underestimating the ability of the security team in Kensington Palace. What are you going to do, Michelle? Climb through the window and throw a therapist at her? She then asks why Harry didn't do everything in his power to support her. He stopped being a literal prince and ran away to a different country. What more do you want from the man? I think Meghan has purely made it out to be a racist remark, when most probably it was just a question regarding what colour skin he have. Just like hair, eyes, I don't care who you are, if there's a mix of races, there will be this question asked, not out of malice, purely curiosity. Debbie here, making an assumption about a conversation she knows nothing about. Thanks for your input, Debbie. Why should B apologise? He would not have said it if he didn't believe it, so why apologise just because other people don't agree? Whatever happened for him must be. Yeah, why should the media man apologise when he broadcasted to an entire nation that he didn't believe someone when they said they didn't want to live anymore with absolutely no basis in fact whatsoever? Go look up the Markle photo of her holding up Kate's wedding, which was in a magazine. Who's the liar? Meghan was not with Prince Harry when Kate got married in 2011. Whose is the liar? Meghan says she didn't know a thing about the royal family. Who's a liar? Elizabeth here, talking about when Meghan said, I don't know about the royal family, to mean that she had literally never heard of the royal family, and the entire concept of the British monarchy was completely lost on her. No one had ever brought it up. She'd gone her whole life having no idea what it is. Instead of meaning that she didn't just not know the intricacies and traditions of living as a member of the working royal family. Oh, I wonder what Anna Taylor-Joy from my favourite Netflix show, The Queen's Gambit, is up to. What the fuck? Phil here is so close, he can almost taste it. Oh, if there had been an issue with what skin colour potential offspring would have, they'd either try and stop the relationship in its tracks or would have made things as difficult as possible for Harry. They didn't. So if it wasn't of any consideration before she got pregnant, why would it be while she was pregnant? Phil, do you not think what's happened here has made things rather difficult for Harry? She was not Swissadale, that's all but she's acting like Shriek's Diana. He is full levy on his family for her. Whoever says it is not being racist to say wonder if the baby will be dark or light as she in between. So if they had said, will it be ginger, would that be Raha? It was someone Harry's really close to even think of asking that. That was Marilyn, not letting currently having a stroke get in the way of voicing her thoughts. 2 bullets for each of them. Ben here, advocating for murder. All this talk about racism in the royal family. Do you really think that Harry would have been allowed to marry Meghan if they were racists? Oh, you gullible people out there. This is a woman who is playing a victim here. She certainly deserves an Oscar for this performance, comma. Hi, Prince Harry. Yeah, it's me, the PR advisor for the palace. How you doing? Yeah. Anyway, we had a little talk last night over our dominoes about the old Meghan Markle situation, and we decided you can't marry her because she's black. Yeah, that's us, the institution, telling you, Prince Harry, the most disillusioned member of the royal family, that you can't marry the woman you love because we don't like her because she's black and we're racist. Yeah, that's us, giving you, Prince Harry, direct ammunition against us to use whenever you will. We can't see a problem with that whatsoever, can we? Oh, that's Prince Philip laughing. Oh, and Prince Charles just killed a goat. Fantastic. Anyway, I've got to go. Back to ruining India. All right, bye. See you later. These sorts of comments don't come from nowhere, by the way. Someone has to breed these ideas and thoughts through countless articles. Meghan Markle has historically done nothing wrong to the royal family that I can see or work out. So what other conclusions can you draw? Probably a load more. But I've drawn this one and it's mine. You can't have it. In my opinion, this is great. This is slowly chipping away at the barrier between public life and the British monarchy. This barrier has been constructed over centuries to keep the ruse that they are somehow better than us just because of their bloodline and the position they happen to be in. And the public are, albeit very slowly, starting to see that they're out of touch, stuck in their ways. The cracks are forming, and the only thing holding them together at this point are old people and the British tabloid media. If anyone at this point still has any doubts about the relationship between the royal family and the media, do you remember a few months ago when the Queen's son, Prince Andrew, had to go on TV and defend his claims against being rather good friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and it went so badly the FBI want him in America now. Do you remember that? The papers printed in this country a couple of days ago that this Harry and Meghan stuff was the worst royal scandal in 85 years. I've been Danny James. If you've enjoyed this or disagreed with anything I've said, let me know in the comment section below. I read every single comment. If you've made it this far into this video, I just want to say this is a brand new channel. I did the Salt Bay video the other day. I'm doing this video now. I'm really, really enjoying this sort of content. So anything you can do to spread this channel, to share it, like it, subscribe it, I just want to say I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you for watching this. Thank you so much. The News of the World ran an anti-paedophile campaign in the year 2000s. Aren't all campaigns anti-paedophile campaigns? Yeah, we're going to plant 200 trees in the forest. Everyone's welcome, even the paedophiles. That doesn't happen. That's a wrap!